All right, now that you spent some time working out your letters and learning how to form them, we're going to talk about how to put some words together and how you can watch me visually do that. So let's keep on going. Okay, so in this video, I'm actually showing you what the companion workbook Procreate pages look like. The alphabets are done this way as well, but with the words, I've done all the A words on one sheet or one layer. They're basically set up so that you could click on, like, I want to do the A's, or I want to do the B's, C's, D's, E's, F, and I have several sheets so that the file sizes aren't real huge. So for this one, basically what I would do is I would put a layer above, and this is going to be my practice layer. So I can just turn on a layer and say that this is what I'm going to work with. So we're going to form some words together. Now I think that you saw how I form my letters, or how I'm raising my pencil to form different portions of the letter, and I'm deliberately thinking them through as opposed to trying to do everything in one stroke, that it will be a lot easier for you as you start forming words as well. So a lot of times too, when I am forming words or I am forming quotes, I will use a pencil sketch layer on the iPad to just sort of sketch out some ideas, and it looks really rough, and you've probably seen it in some of my other videos on YouTube, so certainly feel free to do that if you need to. But for this, I've got it set up with the grid so that we're trying to keep all of our letters at an angle. And sometimes I like to turn mine like this so that my letters are angled a little bit better for me. If you write better this way, certainly do it. If you're sorry about that. If you're left-handed, you know how to position it so that it works best for you as well. So let's go ahead and do a few of these. I'm not going to do all of them. I'm just going to go through a few to show you how I form them myself. So again, I'm deliberately picking up the pencil as I'm forming different letters and working to trying to keep everything on the baselines and the X height if I can. So for the word awesome, I would start up with my A thick. That might be a little too big. Bring my pencil size down a little bit. Thick and thin as I come up. And then I go right into my entrance to the W. And then I'm going to form my W by picking up and forming it right into the entrance of the E. And then I'm going to form my E with one stroke like I normally do and bring it into the entrance of the S, down to form my S and entrance into the O. And you see I'm picking up every time. And then I'm going to form my M, like I like to do, an entrance into the E. And then I'm forming it around like that. So I've deliberately picked up my pencil as I'm forming the whole word. It gives me more control and makes sure that I'm staying consistent. So let's do August. Again, I'm doing the capital A, and I'm going to cross it through. Thick, thin, up, thick, thin, exit, and in. If the exit stroke is going into the entrance of the G, I'm going to do the G. So I took my time and deliberately spelling it and deliberately forming each letter. So let's go ahead and look at another letter. Let's look at the letter F. No, let's look at the letter D. So this word drifting. I'm going to go ahead and keep going with the R on this one. Sometimes I find that I do better when I do that. If I go ahead and just keep forming that loop around like that. Stopping into the I, coming up into the F. Forming my F. Forming my T. I'm going to cross and dot everything last. Cross and dot like that. Here's a double letter, the two B's. So I'm just going to do the D, bring it around to that R again. So it's almost like I'm releasing after my thin strokes on those letters. You notice that? So I'm just going to bring that in to where it's going to cross. Now with my L here, I can release because I'm going to be covering that when it comes down into the thick stroke. Just like that. Let's look at another letter. I have, like I said, I have this on different sheets so that the file sizes aren't real huge. Let's look at the word Germany. So you see how I did the bowl of the G big versus little? That's how I do my capitals. Like that. Let's look at another. Look at the letter J. So let's look at the word justify. So we'll just start it in, come around like that. And as you do this, the faster you can go. But I recommend really just taking your time. Spend some time forming each letter really deliberately like that, releasing, letting go every single time. So now you get the idea of how that works. The worksheets that I do have in the companion workbook have all of the letters for all of that in here that you can use. All right, so I hope that helps you figure out how to form letters, watching me do it and giving you some tips and ideas on how to best make everything connect and to work very slow. So as you get these going, then you can start putting quotes together and everything can start feeling a little bit more consistent for you. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.